Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast that we may have named.
Yeah, we may have named it.
Last time we discussed that maybe the name would be DCR Brews. DCR standing for drinking, chatting, and rating. But we discussed this amongst ourselves and amongst friends and stuff like that. And we also thought of another name, I believe pretty much right after the episode ended. What was it?
Designated beer
drinkers.
Or just designated drinkers.
Yeah. So, DBD.
Dragon Ball drinkers.
Dragon Ball Dragon. So, boys, designated beer drinkers?
I think so.
That's us now.
All right, it's official.
We're designated.
Official. We're the designated drinkers, the beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm. And today, we're designated to drink Moosehead Canadian Lager.
Oh, yeah. We do have a little thing here to read about it.
Oh, yeah. Pull up the blurb.
Sold throughout Canada, the United States, and in select countries around the world. The flagship Moosehead Lager is often regarded as Canada's premium lager. This golden, refreshing lager offers a fine balance between malt sweetness and hop bitterness. Brewed with a 100% Canadian two-row pale malt and Moosehead's own lager yeast, Moosehead Lager is cool fermented and cold aged to impart its award-winning flavor. And if you couldn't tell, that is directly on their website. So we are about to find out
what all this flagship lager is about.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. You're telling me...
You made a rhyme.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's some beer.
That is some beer.
We're drinking it out of glasses today.
Yeah.
Yes, Christian did us the favor of getting some beer drinking glasses. So we will be using those from now on. First thoughts?
Decent.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth.
I think it strikes a good balance between malt sweetness and hop bitterness.
Oh. We're just going straight to plagiarism. Did you know I actually invented that word?
Oh, plagiarism?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Oh, you know. Doesn't matter what it means. It's my word.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think my first thoughts on this, pretty good. It's got like a dry finish, so it doesn't the flavor doesn't stay in your mouth all that long.
Yeah, the bitterness goes away quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not like coffee where it just kind of stays in your mouth all day. You know? You can just tell that you have coffee breath, but it's worth it because coffee.
Yeah. After, 30 seconds without a drink here, my mouth is not bitter. Maybe even a tad sweet.
How does it smell?
I haven't smelled it either yet.
Nutty.
We're rookies here, huh? He'd say that's nutty.
Kind of. Well, let me give it the old...
That's nuts.
The wine swirl.
It tells me a moose gave head for this lager.
Damn.
All right.
Wow. High praise.
Yeah, it's I feel like there's not a whole lot of body in it.
Yeah, it's a confusing taste, honestly.
I like it.
It's cold and smooth and just a tad bitter and just a tad sweet.
Yeah. It's not super carbonated. Maybe that's just a byproduct of using the glasses now. Or foamy, I guess. So it doesn't feel like it's bubbling up inside of you, which is nice.
Yeah, I did notice it didn't really get a foam top when we poured it out.
A head.
No head from the moose head.
Yeah. Damn. Where's this moose at?
Yeah, get over here.
Goodness.
Yeah, it just goes down and then it's gone.
It imparts an exquisite flavor. Goes down smoothly.
Maybe too smooth. I could probably drink this pretty quick if I wanted.
Yeah, I could definitely see this being an easy drinker.
And it's in a green bottle.
It's a good intro beer.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's fair,
An intro beer.
It does remind me a little bit of Mich Ultra.
I could see that.
Just because of the
beer.
It doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. Yeah, the beer. Or the lack thereof. Yeah.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
Quality and tradition, the bottle says. Moosehead. I like the green bottle.
The green bottle is...
It feels like a
pretty
classic glass bottle, you know?
It is. This is a pretty bottle.
Yeah.
Fiercely independent.
Kind of like their logo, too. It's like old-timey, tavern-esque vibe. I don't know how else to describe it.
Union made?
Nice.
That's a touchy subject.
Trademark. Unions?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
No, they already took that out of Chainsaw Man.
Oh, they did. I forgot about that.
They took unions out of it?
Yeah, there's a scene where he's like singing in the bathtub or whatever about he's singing a song that talks about unions, and they took that scene out of the show or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't want to spark interest in the people.
Yeah, I think some statistic said that only 11% of people are in like unionized jobs in America now, and
Crazy.
maybe like 50 to 80 years ago, it was more like 80%.
John Oliver had a good episode about unionization. I can't remember anything he said, but I remember because it was years ago that I saw it now. But
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember that one kind of stuck out, and I was like, oh, wow. I learned a lot about unions.
Yeah.
And then forgot it all, apparently.
Yeah. You could probably recall it if the conversation got a little deeper into it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, maybe I remember this detail and this detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you use it or you lose it sort of thing.
That's fair, yeah. John Oliver is really good about bite-sized news
Yeah.
and bite-sized education.
Like, when he breaks down, like, he's got, like, his larger topic of the night. But then, like, as he's talking through it, he, like, breaks it into little, like you were saying, bite-sized chunks that, like, nicely lead into the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And work together to make a whole point. I guess that's just a sign of good writing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he writes them. Probably not.
I think he writes, like, little bits and pieces of it, but I think for the most part, other people do the writing.
Yeah. Writing's kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes it's stressful and boring.
Yeah. Depends what you're writing.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it or not.
Yeah, especially if there's, like, deadlines and stuff and how close they are.
Yeah. I think doing what he does, though, would be a fun job. Just, like, getting in front of a camera and, like, giving an informational speech, but also make it funny and not have people, like, tune out, you know? Just because info overload. I always thought that would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool, but it'd also be kind of scary. Just because, like, if you're talking about, you know, touchy subjects, then, you know, might be...
People come after you.
Exactly, yeah. Like, when he did the slap suit... Or, he did an episode before the slap suits episode that was talking about, like, the CEO of some coal company, and then he ended up getting sued for it. He won the suit, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd still be scary to maybe fear for your life and maybe fear for those close to you.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, their spokespeople are interesting. I don't really listen to anybody else, honestly. Oh,
Adam
that's not
Ragusa.
true. Yeah, Adam Ragusa. I love Adam Ragusa. Cooking's so fun.
Cooking's cool.
I cooked some spaghetti today, the risotto way. Adam Ragusa had a video about that, and that's why I've always been cooking spaghettis, and like ever since I saw that episode, the spaghetti all'assassina
Oh,
or l'assassina.
I think it's off, like you were saying. So I watched that
Spaghetti
video with you.
all'assassina. Yeah, It was so cool. He does a good job of
breaking stuff down
and sticking as close to the facts as he can, and also like backing them up for like why he's doing things the way he is.
Yeah, he explains really well how he arrives at his answers, and like he had what was it, a podcast episode on obesity or something, and for a ton of it wasn't even directly about obesity. It was about, you know, how we treat different words. I don't know, I guess how we like classify them, and how their usage impacts reality and vice versa.
Yeah, because people have like, you know, words can mean the same thing to everybody, but they can also like feel different, I guess, to different people, even though their meaning doesn't change. You know, like some people get super offended by whatever word, and someone else would just like
brush it off.
Yeah, brush it off, or like use whatever word it is, like just casually.
Yeah.
And I don't know, people are touchy about words.
Yeah. I don't know if I have anything important to add to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite word?
My favorite word? Ooh. Designated beer drinkers.
That's like 3 words.
Okay, DVD.
That's an initialism.
Dragon
An
Ball
acronym.
Duper.
Acronym is when you say it as if it's a word. Initialism is when it's just written out as the letters, right?
I don't know.
What's it called when we do that thing where you combine like 2 words into like another word, but it doesn't really like make any sense because it's not like a real word?
Is it a portmanteau?
Maybe? Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie, let me pull out my phone real quick.
A portmanteau. That sounds like either an old-timey candy or like a docks and like pirate
A
talk.
portmanteau is a word that blends the sounds and combines the meanings of 2 others. For example, motel from motor hotel, or brunch from breakfast and lunch. Another example, podcast is a portmanteau, a made-up word coined from a combination of the words iPod and broadcast.
That's where they originated.
Interesting.
Podcasts.
I didn't know that.
Dang, we're doing one. Didn't even know.
Just a couple of portmanteau fellas.
Yeah. We're gonna port your toe until you man.
What?
Yeah, can you repeat that?
No.
So because you don't know what you said, or
No, I could repeat it. I just refuse to.
fair enough.
Alright, I've got another fun word for you. Malapropism. It's the mistaken use of a word in place of a similar sounding one, often with unintentionally amusing effects. As in, for example, dance a flamingo instead of the correct word, the flamenco.
Flamenco?
Flamenco.
ENCO?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a dance.
It's not called the flamingo?
No.
What about the salsa? That's
I think
2
that's
things. That's like chips and salsa, and also
Chips
dancing
and
with the
salsa and
stars.
salsa.
You think you could eat salsa while doing the salsa?
I think it'd be hard, but you could do it.
I've never done the salsa. Definitely eaten it.
We should take dancing classes.
Mm,
No, that's just for like before your wedding. You take like a few dancing classes so you don't look like
a tool.
yeah.
There's no helping you there. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun, but also not my speed.
That's fair.
We could take pole dancing classes.
Mm,
Or belly dancing classes.
that'd be sick.
Belly dancing would be so cool.
We
Yeah,
could get a
you just
pole
shake it.
in our apartment.
And you wear
here.
beads. What?
We could get a pole in our apartment here.
We could.
I don't know if we need that.
It's essential, guys.
The pole makers are essential workers.
Yeah.
I've almost finished this one.
Dang.
I don't know if I've formed an opinion on it yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to form one as well.
It just keeps going down, though, so I guess that's a good sign.
I had to take a pause on mine because just had some pizza, and then I was like, this wasn't sitting super well in my stomach, but it's getting better now, so.
With cheese.
Yeah,
Gotta love cheese.
For those of you listening, I'm not supposed to eat cheese. I do it anyway.
As you should.
This guy hates people who doesn't have toes.
What?
They lactose. And I'm intolerant of them.
Yeah.
That reminds me of, I think really often that word reminds me of,
Toes?
was it Jazriel? She went lactose and intolerant.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sometimes
She was a character.
people are kind of wild.
People are kind of dumb.
A lot of people are really dumb. I'm sure there's people who think I'm dumb.
Yeah. Like, if you're trying online dating, you need to send me a video of you reading so I know you're not stupid.
Mm.
What?
Some people just have a hard time reading.
No.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah.
We had an interesting conversation about dumb people at the bank.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, yeah, like everyone says there's dumb people, but like if everyone's saying that, then like where are all the dumb people coming from?
Other dumb people.
Yeah. I think there should be a license to breed. Like, you have to have a driver's license. A license to fuck.
Okay.
You have to pass like a test, like an IQ exam.
Okay, well, I think in that case it should be like maybe like a parenting license.
I'm a certified
Rather
forklift
than-
operator.
Oh, damn.
This guy fucks.
Yeah, I think a parenting license. Is this going to be political? I think a parenting license would be good.
Yeah.
Like,
But how would you prevent it, If-
I think actually this won't be political. As far as like bias goes, or like separating two parties. I think the government should pay for classes for parents to like be good parents.
Mm.
Like they should be like, yep, if you go, there's parenting classes at this building for an hour, like 3 times a week, and you don't have to RSVP. You can just come and go as you please.
That's cool.
Yeah, working some psychology on raising a child and how to go about it.
Speaking about raising babies, I saw a video about a guy. Why'd you start laughing right away?
I don't. Just seemed like a funny segue.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw a video about this guy who's like a puppy raiser or like trainer or something, and he was saying like for them to, what was it? Like maybe behave better when they're older, or to be more like increase their cognitive function or something along those lines. Basically to have like a better dog in whatever aspect. He was like giving a little demonstration. He had these newborn puppies and he had like this red colored light over them. And he was talking while the video was going, and he'd pick up the puppies and then he'd hold them like upside down for like 5 seconds under the light, and then flip them over and hold them like for 5 seconds, like straight up and down. And then he'd like hold them on their back for like 5 seconds under this light. And then he'd put them back down next to his mom. And he's like, you gotta do this like twice a week for the first however many weeks. And the light does something or another. I don't know why he was holding it upside down.
Dang, that's kind of like
You don't-
what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
So you don't remember what happened. You don't remember why he was
Well,
doing
the video
it.
didn't, like, it just ended after that. So,
Fuck it. Hold your newborn puppies under a light.
so
Just
that was my takeaway.
Gaia.
So if I ever have a puppy, I gotta buy a red light, I guess.
You got some LEDs.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a special light or if it could just be like any red light.
To do what?
Better dog.
Maybe it was a red light like they have in dark rooms and like photography places.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. Or it could be one that, like, at the zoo when you go into like the dark, like the swamp, and like the little cages have like red lights on them, just like really dim, so you can see inside.
Yeah. I think they're infrared.
Or is it a heat lamp?
Well, you can see them.
That's true. It does cause visible light.
Yeah, because that's how you see them.
Infrared is like the remote control.
Yeah, but you can still see that. Like, if you click the button, then the little red light flashes.
No, you can't.
Some of them you can.
You're controlling
I've
the
seen
TV.
it before.
What?
Nothing.
I know. It's the TV remote.
Maybe on older ones then, because
If you
Unlike the universal remotes, they like flash red.
your camera can, unlike the phone can see it.
Your phone
Maybe
can
this
see
one's
it.
different. I don't know if this one's infrared.
Maybe that's just like Bluetooth.
It might. No, it's not Bluetooth.
What? I don't know.
I know you don't know.
I'm just throwing out ideas here.
This guy just pulling stuff out of his ass. Oh, let me try something else. Just try like the volume button.
Yeah, that one definitely's got a red.
Yeah, I can't see anything if it's just up to my eye. But if I put it in my phone camera, there's like a little purple light coming through that I can see.
Oh.
Like, see, you look in there, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you look in here.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah, put it up to your phone camera and look at the screen. Boom, you can see the light.
Imagine if you could see all arrays of like light.
Go on.
Color, I guess.
Like if you had like a wider visible spectrum.
Yeah. I wonder like how different the world would seem. I mean, the world would be the same, you know, just as it is. But like, just like seeing it in a fresh pair of eyes. Make the trade with Ryuk.
I have no idea what it would look like.
Probably pretty cool.
Imagine if you had like a number over your head that showed when you were going to die. Or like everyone had that.
I wonder if you could look at yourself in a mirror and see, or if it doesn't work on the eye holder.
It doesn't work on the eye holder.
It doesn't?
Yeah, that would break the narrative pacing of the story. Because you count down to the big finish. Whatever that would be. But you can see other people, you're like, oh god, something's going to happen to this guy.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you use a death note if you had it?
No.
Zach?
Who do you want to kill, Christian?
Who
hurt you?
No, I wouldn't use it.
What if you could kill Hitler?
No.
Down. This guy likes Hitler.
That's not my job.
What if Hitler used the death note on himself?
That'd be wild, bro.
Oh.
But he faked his
He'd
death.
be a hero.
And he's living in Cuba.
He's the guy that killed Hitler.
Or is that Elvis?
Elvis is a different Latin American country.
Oh.
No, I think, like, that kind of power just shouldn't exist. Like, if I found a death note, I wouldn't, like, give it to the government or anything and be like, hey, use this to, like, help us.
Oh, yeah, they'd fuck it up for sure.
Oh, absolutely. They'd pull another, like, JFK or something.
Yeah, this one got some good head. Sort of.
Yeah.
You're like half a head.
That's a head.
Maybe I need to pour it faster.
Maybe you gotta blow some bubbles into it before pouring it. You just gotta do the... Actually, I'm not gonna do that in mine.
Yeah.
Why not? What could go wrong?
If I had a death note, I'd consider using it.
Why?
It might come in handy someday. I don't have any, like, specific use in mind, you know? Like, if I found it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, let's go. Like, day one, you know?
Yeah.
But you're like, dang, this guy bullied me.
But if your soul is, like, damned to be in hell for, like, all of eternity after you use it...
You can't do hell or heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be...
Just purgatory, or you're just gone.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The medium place?
The medium place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy killed people, but he did it with the gods' powers, so...
They were a criminal. So... Unlimited beer, but it's always warm.
Pick a superpower, and the rest of us will decide its drawbacks.
Who's going first?
Zach.
Alright. Pick a superpower. I'm gonna say... Gosh, I don't want to be too basic.
What,
First thing that
flying?
comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind was invisibility.
Okay.
That's a good one. You could steal so much stuff.
I could. Unless everyone who has invisible, then they'd be like, why is there just
Well, what if
Stuff disappearing.
It only works when you're not being recorded.
Would it? Oh, we're deciding then. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were just skipping.
Oh, you're deciding a side effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
What can you do with that power now?
I can only use it when I'm not being recorded.
Yeah. It's like you can't sneak into like a place with CCTV and be like, I'm going to steal stuff because you're being recorded. And so you just can't be invisible.
You could drive your car, and when people would look around, you could be invisible, and they're like, "Whoa, nobody's in there. It's just going."
Actually, we're always being recorded.
Probably.
Yeah.
Our
We're being
phones.
recorded right now.
Yeah, and I mean, like, our phones listen to us.
Yeah.
The government probably watches us through all those doorbell cams.
And the birds.
The birds.
And the bees.
Just the birds.
Oh.
They're killing the bees.
Birds and bees.
I don't want to be able to shoot fire out of my appendages.
Okay. Drawback. You have prostate cancer.
Okay.
Fine. Side effect?
Think of a legit one, Zach. You got this.
Yeah, don't give me cancer.
Alright. Side effect is that, like, every time you use it, you're, like, burnt.
So I'm like Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Sorry, listeners. Dobby from My Hero, not that dumb Harry Potter stuff.
Dobby. He's kind of got a cool vibe going on, though. He's got an aesthetic.
He does. It's kind of gross that his skin is, like, held up by metal rings, though.
Yeah, I could pull it off.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Especially in season 6.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen
Bro, we
it.
need to
Yeah.
finish watching.
Now that Seth's back.
I know. We got, halfway through season 6? And every episode was insane. Like, you're like, how could this get even crazier? And then it gets crazier. And you're like, whoa, this can't get crazier. And then it does.
Like, whoa, they just upped the ante.
Yeah.
Oh, they did it again.
It was so cool.
I was gonna buy some display action figures, and I saw like a Levi one from my Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I found a Gojo one from
Jujutsu.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Season 2.
And then I saw like a Todoroki one from My Hero, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I saw a Midoriya one from My Hero, and he was wearing like a black version of his outfit. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, but also that's kind of a spoiler. Like, not necessarily a spoiler, but like something's coming.
Yeah.
My friend has a anime mouse pad with like the butt coming up out of it for like wrist rest. And it's
Yeah.
Todoroki.
I've seen that one. I've seen a Levi one too that I was gonna get for Courtney.
Oh, those are so dumb.
They are, but they're so funny.
Yeah. I can't believe you started over right before season 6.
Yeah.
I didn't remember like half the stuff that happened. I was like,
Just watch a
You'd be
recap on YouTube.
no.
They reintroduced all the characters like every season anyway.
Yeah. They do it like between every scene.
She can
Where
do
they go,
everything a frog can do.
Yeah.
Tenya Ida, he can do anything a car can.
He goes fast.
Yeah.
He go.
Yeah. Like, I had a dream about him.
Go on.
And he had like, so you know he's got like exhausts on his calves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had some sort of like engine-esque thing on like his eyebrow, like going back like towards his ears. So like I guess his head could go fast or something.
His head's got to catch up.
Yeah. Otherwise he'd be running like his legs are going fast, but his body's like all leaned over. He's like doing the limbo.
He's so funny.
How would
They're stabilizers.
He's got the Zonai devices from Zelda that just keep you like propped up.
Yeah.
On his legs.
What are those called?
Stabilizers.
Oh yeah. And you use them to catapult yourself. I need to play more of that game.
Yeah, you do.
I've been playing Pokemon.
The end is so cool.
I
Oh
bet.
my god.
I bet.
You got it, bro.
I will. It's not that I don't want to. I'm playing Pokemon.
Gotta prioritize the Pokemon.
Yeah. So I've got bad news about Pokemon.
Uh-oh.
I was fighting the precursor to this, or backstory. We've been doing a Nuzlocke run, me and Zach, of Sword and Field. So, fast forward back to where I was. I was fighting the fighting gym today, after doing a bunch of raids and getting, like, the XP candies. Because, like, my guys had been under-leveled for a while, but I was still, like, scraping by. Whoa, that's a little too much head.
I did it wrong.
You did it wrong. Damn. Call that Moose. Don't whip your ass.
What's he gonna do? This is what he wants.
I was like, dang, I could probably like get some more.
See,
wow, I
that's
don't
what
like
I-
saying that.
I could probably get some more.
Anyway,
Trade.
I was like, I think I can do better. Because, like, Christian didn't get quite enough.
Yeah, I felt like I poured it pretty quick, too.
Mm-hmm.
But it only got a tiny bit.
Apparently not that quick.
That is a full glass. That is like
And only half of it is beer.
That's half and half. That's maybe like 2/3 and 1/3.
That's half now.
It's slowly rising up as the bubbles pop.
There's
Yeah.
more volume at the top of the glass.
Yeah, so your nose can fit in there. Remember we watched that video?
Yeah, you can put your nose in the head.
So you gotta sniff while you drink. But I was fighting the fighting gym today, and I'd gotten EXP candies after doing the Dynamax raids, and because I was under-leveled for a while, got my guys up to like, I think my lowest one was level 35, and my highest one was 40. And they're all in like the 35 to 40 range.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm feeling way more confident now. Because they were like 28 to like 32 maybe.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of sketchy. But I have my Slowpoke, so sidekick for the fighting gym. Go in, do the little gym challenge, and the first trainer almost one-shots my Slowpoke with a super effective move. I was like, bro, you are not supposed to be effective against me.
Yeah.
But then it was fine after that until, put a little, what was that called? Put a tack in that. Put a
pin.
Pin?
In
pin, yeah. Put a pin in that.
it. What's it called? Your armor is so not.
And I got to the third gym challenger, or like trainer, and I was wiping them after the first guy. He just used like some super effective move against my Slowpoke. So I think it was Brutal Swing is what like almost one-shot him.
Weird.
Yeah, and it was like super effective. It was like, no way, that's a fighting move, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then they used other fighting moves, and they didn't do anything.
Or maybe he used a dark move.
Yeah, Dark is super effective.
Yeah. And I know a lot of dark moves that are kind of like fighting moves.
Yeah. Anyways, right before I fought the gym leader, my Binnacle evolved into
Barbarical.
Barbarical. And I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool. Going to fight the gym leader. Barely scrape by. Lose my Barbarical.
Bruh.
And almost one-shot my Slowpoke again. And I was like, oh my god. So, I mean, my Barbarical was like holding his own for a little bit because I sent him out. I was like, I gotta try him out. Using Razor Shell on their Pangoro.
Mm.
It was going okay. And then, can't remember what killed him. But I lost him after training him up so much. And he was in my party since Gym 2.
Dang.
I know. And on Gym 4, he's gone.
That's why you give them the nicknames. You make that connection with them. It's more bittersweet if you lose them.
I know. He was the only one in my party that I forgot to nickname. So
anyways, fuck that guy.
so he's dead now. And now I have to find a replacement. So I guess I need to go around and get another raid Pokemon. But I've also have like a lot of the wild area that I haven't caught anyone at yet, and like some roots that I haven't caught anyone at.
Yeah.
So I've got some options to replace him, but
Got some spots in the backlog.
yeah, he's pretty cool. And then I've got like 2 in my box still that are like usable, but not a big fan of either of them. I think it's not 2 and what's that like electric water type? Chinchuru?
Oh, Chinchou?
Chinchou, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've lost 3 Noctowls in this run so far. It's so sad.
I remember when you caught the third, and you're like, I've lost 2 so far. This is the third one.
Yeah.
You gotta get a 4th.
And I named each one of them Hooters, and this third one, I named it Hooters space, like, open parentheses, 2 close parentheses, like when you have multiple of the same file on your computer.
yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is funny.
Oh, yeah. File system naming convention.
But, yeah, that was my sad news about Pokemon. My Barnacle.
Your barnacle.
Barbarical?
My Barbarical. He's done so.
Damn.
Right after he evolved.
Sing him a little song.
Farewell.
I thought you were gonna do the Westminster chimes.
I thought you were gonna sing the Halo opening.
Oh.
I started off like that, and then after the first 2 notes, I was like, I don't know how this goes. I don't play Halo.
And then he went with Hunger Games instead. And then...
Yeah.
I volunteer as Hooter number 3. Keep in mind, that would be the 4th Hooter for those listening in here.
Yeah,
Because you have the original one, and then the copy starts at 1.
What do you guys think your favorite Pokemon is?
Umbreon.
Shiny or not?
Quick answer.
Shiny.
I just got an Umbreon in Pokemon Go.
Umbreon is so cool. He kind of sucks, but he's so cool.
You guys kind of suck.
Alright, I'm a Pokemon nerd. I gotta find some stats on this Umbreon fellow.
What about you, Ethan?
What's the dragon type, like 3rd evolution? It's like Gibble, Gabite,
Garchomp.
Garchomp. Garchomp is so cool. I remember seeing him in like the Diamond and Pearl, like the final.
Yeah. Garchomp is really cool.
Yeah, he's sick.
For a long time, my favorite one was Flygon.
Flygon is so cool.
Is so cool, bro. When I was a kid, I was like, he's a dragon. Bro. He's like a dragonfly, but he's a dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon that flies.
Yeah. I also really liked Rayquaza for a long time. Because, I mean, how can you not think Rayquaza is cool or not cool?
Yeah.
How could you think it's cool?
How could you? Now, though, my favorite? Oof. It's a tough one. I'm the one who asked it.
Charizard.
He's a classic for sure.
While you're thinking about this, I just looked up Umbreon stats, and he's actually, like, pretty dang good. So I must just suck at using him.
I really liked, what's his name? Impotent Evolve, his final evolution.
Oh, Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl. Love Grimmsnarl. He's so good. And he's also really cool.
Yeah. He's a really good pick for, like, Gen 7 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
If we were going Gen 8, I would definitely say Annihilate. Primape's evolution.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Badass. I don't know why he wasn't there from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. He's...
Takes time to cook things to perfection.
I guess. Can't rush it.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's the actual saying, not what I said.
That's what Ethan says.
I just say things. You have prostate cancer.
No. I'll go to the bathroom.
I totally stole that too. Unoriginal Ethan moment.
Oh, no.
Well, you did make up the word.
Unoriginal?
No. Plagiarism.
Oh, yeah, I stole that too. I stole the joke that I made up the word. I didn't steal the word. It was never mine to begin with.
Dang. Guys just stealing jokes over here.
That's how comedy works.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about that one.
They get
That's how coding
rescanned.
works.
So what works?
That's
Coding.
Oh.
Let me look this up online. Someone's gonna have an answer. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that is
It's only
what they
okay
do.
if you understand what you're copying.
That is how it works. I remember doing that a lot when I was doing HTML and CSS in school.
Yeah.
I'd be like, because like he'd give us like a very basic
How do you
intro.
center a div?
Here's a div. Here's a paragraph. Boop, boop, boop. And then he's like, here's W3 School's website. Make this website. Or like make a web page. I'm like, okay. And then a lot of times I'd have to like search through like forums and like whatever to find an answer to a problem that I couldn't figure out. And I think I remember doing that one time, and I brought it up to the teacher to like review the code or like ask for a question or something. And he's like, "You've done coding before." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you've done this before, haven't you?" Like, "No, I've never done this before." I was like, "Well, how'd you know to use percents here?" I was like, "My dad helped me and looked things up." He's like, "Well, you're not supposed to use percents yet."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well,"
Those are outlawed.
I was like, "What do you mean? It works, doesn't it?" He's like, "Yeah, but we're not using those yet." So I think I had to use like
Pixel
points
points
or pixels.
or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Weird.
yeah. Coding was kind of fun though. I thought.
I'm kind of biased, but I agree.
Yeah,
As a software developer.
it was fun figuring out like you can run into like a problem and like you just kind of like go through. It's like a puzzle almost.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through the stuff and try one thing, try the next thing. Oh, maybe if I do these two things in tandem. And there's not always like a right answer. You know, I feel like there's multiple ways that it can be done or like do the same thing. And so when you finally find something that works after all that digging and like trying things, it feels like kind of rewarding and cool. You're like, I did that.
Yeah.
Like, I figured it out. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like just a fun puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone in my class thought I was like a coding genius. And all I would do was like sit there and like change numbers until something worked.
You're a tinkerer.
I'm a tinkerer. I'm an artificer.
Oh.
Speaking of coding, I have a minor life decision to make.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, I currently am a business major with a minor in accounting, but I've been thinking about switching my minor to data analytics, which would include some learning of Python. So that's what tied it into the coding thing.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I haven't done all that much accounting yet, so it wouldn't be like, I think it might add like one class onto how many I need to take, but
I feel like you'd be good at coding, Zach. You've got the analytical sort of brain for it. And I think Python is like one of the like, not trying to like downplay this here, but I think it's like kind of like one of the more basic languages. I remember I took a Python class at university.
Python is a very high-level language, so it abstracts away a lot of the complexity of like actually talking to the computer. You just tell it what to do, and it just does it. And you still got to verify if it's right or wrong, but it makes things so easy. And they have tons of like standard libraries built in with functionality you can use, and there's a lot of great resources like for data analytics stuff. I know there's like NumPy and Pandas and stuff that give you some amazing tools to work with numbers, and you can do anything an Excel spreadsheet can and more.
That's its quirk. It can do anything in Excel spreadsheet can.
What's its quirk name? Accelerator.
Acceleror. Or just Python.
Oh, yeah.
that's almost a
You can
Pokemon
do-
name.
You can do anything a snake can.
Anything that Python can, plus Excel.
Yeah, so Python is great. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I might have to.
Plus there's money in it.
Exactly, yeah.
Data
It's a
analytics.
lot harder to make a lot of money being an accountant than it is with the data analytics, just because of like getting certified as a CPA.
Yeah. What's a CPA?
Certified public accountant. There's this big like 3-day long test you have to take. And only like 2% of people pass it on their first try.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm not that into accounting, so
yeah,
you're a 2%er, bro. You could do it.
I'm not a 2%er in the accounting area. I just can't take it that serious.
That's fair.
Well, I vote you should try out data analytics then. If it's only one more class.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well do it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You might like it.
You might like it.
You can make a bunch of money.
You got the brain power for it.
Yeah, I think it could be fun.
Also, did you guys notice that growing out the beard a little bit? The beard, quote unquote.
I did not notice.
I see you have the same little like bald spots I did, like right here when I first started. But yeah,
how did that go for you? I mean, obviously they filled in.
Yeah, they're pretty much all the way filled in now. But
I'm going on day 3 right now. I've never gone longer than 2 days without shaving.
Never.
Whoa. So like this is the longest I've gone without shaving it.
I've gone like 2 weeks before, and it just looks like shit because I can't grow a beard. I was like, I'm going to try it. It might have even been like 3, but yeah, it just looked terrible. Yeah. Like, this is not working at all.
I kind of want to try it, but I also don't want to look like shabby when I go to work.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know. Does it look shabby right now?
You know what we should do?
What?
You and I should both start doing like topical minoxidil treatments.
What's minoxidil?
What is it called? The actual like brand name. Rogaine.
Rogaine? Ooh, no thank you.
No?
Once you stop using Rogaine, all your hair falls out.
No. Ready for this? You have different types of hair for facial hair than you do for your scalp hair on top of your head.
Uh-huh.
And for that, it's true. It doesn't necessarily fall out, but it'll stop growing at like an increased rate or whatever, you know. It won't be as full, and you'll lose the progress you made with it if you stop taking it. But for your beard, the changes are permanent.
They've also got like facial like rollers or like massagers that are supposed to like help grow. Because like I think if you like agitate, like that kind of helps facilitate like growth.
Interesting.
And also if you keep your face really clean, like the pores clean and stuff, that helps also. It's supposed to help also.
That's cool.
You mentioned not wanting it to look shabby. In my experience, use a straight edge like electric razor just along your jawline, and then shave everything underneath that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like directly below my chin.
Yeah, just like where your jawbone like is at. There's like that thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shave right there, and then everything on your neck below it. And then you'll look like a professional.
Okay. Dude, speaking of jawline, I saw it's crazy how much like gaining weight changes obviously like your body, but like your face and like how that looks.
Yeah.
So I saw a picture of myself from like end of high school where I was like 50 pounds lighter. I was like, whoa. Like I didn't have like a crazy defined jawline or anything, but like my face was notably slimmer.
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy. I used to look like that. It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I should lose weight.
I need to gain weight.
I feel pretty happy at my weight right now. I just need to shred fat and replace it with muscle.
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like I'm right around 165, 170. Excuse me. But I feel like that's a solid weight for me. Then if I could just... I mean, I'm not pudgy by any means, but if I could lower my... What is it? BMI. Then that'd be nice. Get a more like cut, fit look. I mean, I feel like I'm getting there. But I gotta keep getting there.
Yeah. Like, I've done... Again, with like older pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Even pictures of myself from like 2 years ago, from before I started weightlifting to now. Like, same weight, but definitely feel like a different person. And yeah, the weight hasn't changed, but just like the muscle to fat ratio has. And it's very nice.
Yeah.
I love weightlifting.
Got to get that definition going.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. I can't wait till school calms down because I do want to like start working out more, but I just can't work in like 46 hours a week in school.
And D&D.
And D&D.
And a beer podcast.
What's up?
And a beer podcast.
And a beer podcast.
You can come work out with us.
Yeah. I like having time to like sit back though, because I mean even last night it was a Friday night and I came home, watched an episode of a show, and then I spent like 5 hours doing homework and prepping for D&D.
Damn.
Right after an 8-hour workday.
It's like 2 jobs.
It's like 3 jobs.
Like 3 jobs.
Yeah. But gotta be worth it eventually here.
Yeah.
Give it 2 more years and I'll be feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, it'll pay off, hopefully.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a smart enough and dedicated enough person that it'll pay off.
Yeah.
I'll make it pay off.
Yeah, you're a smart fellow.
Not a Fort Smillo.
That's you.
Hey. I work hard.
The smart fellow factory.
Goodness.
Guess what you do there?
What?
I think you already know. Well, we're almost an hour in here. Beer rating time?
I feel like our podcast length, so like the very first one was like, what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes? And like the last one was like an hour. This one's like an hour.
Yeah, this has been
Getting into like a groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been an interesting learning experience. Like, I definitely felt like our first 2 episodes, the conversation was like pretty good the entire way through. I think the first one was like a little rocky, but I think for the most part it was pretty smooth. And then last episode, that one was really smooth.
Yeah, I was already kind of drunk when we started that one. So that helped.
That's probably why.
Tonight was a slow burner.
Yeah.
But we got into it.
Just some smooth
I
guys.
think the start of tonight was it was a little slow. We kind of didn't know what to talk about, but
We got there in the
And
end.
then we just started talking.
About Pokemon mostly.
Welcome to the Designated Beer Drinkers. We're halfway through our episode. It becomes an anime podcast.
It becomes any sort of podcast.
We're our own target audience.
Yeah. Hey, we should listen to this.
Oh, great idea.
I heard about this great podcast.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, once they start off slow, but once they get alcohol in them, they just talk about shit.
Yeah. We get into the flow of things and it goes pretty smooth. Segue, just like this beer.
Oh!
I thought tonight's beer was pretty smooth, not too bitter, and overall one of the better ones I've tried, not even just in the history of the podcast, but just in general. And for that reason, I think I'm going to give this beer an A.
Whoa! Okay.
Our first A.
All right. Moosehead pulls the first A.
Oh yeah. This Moosehead's Poland, bro.
He's not only giving head.
He's pulling things out of you didn't even know were there.
God. Anyway,
Our parents are going to listen to this.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Anyway,
Content warning. After the fact.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about this one. Honestly, I think I like the Stellar Artois more. I think it had a more.
What did you rate that one?
I gave that one a B plus,
That's right.
like a B or a B plus. But I only liked it a little bit more. I feel like the direction they went was more set. This one was more like, yeah, it's an easy drinker, but also like they were trying to have like a little taste with it. But I don't know.
It's the unions, man.
It just wasn't.
Those guys know what they're worth. Making good beer.
It just didn't feel quite right. But honestly, still pretty good. For that reason, I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Okay. So, things I liked. Easy drinker, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I finished 2 of them. So, I'm not going to not drink it. But it kind of has that, like, I don't want to knock it too hard here, but when you drink cheap beer, how it has that, like, aftertaste that just, like, I don't know how to describe, like, almost, like, watery. Like, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of body with this one. Like, there's little notes of flavor, but there wasn't a whole lot to it. I like the label. I like the bottle. But, I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. But, maybe like a C+, verge of a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
C+, C sharp. Speaking of computer languages.
C sharp.
Yeah.
C++++.
Plus. So, yeah, I mean, it was good. If somebody had one of these, I mean, I'd drink it.
Yeah.
I'd drink it.
Okay.
I don't know. It wasn't a standout for me, though.
That's fair. Yeah. I think as far as, like, if you're looking for an easy beer to drink, this is definitely a good option.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking for something that's really tasty, then this might not be the beer for you.
Yeah. It doesn't really taste like much.
That's fair.
I feel like the taste just comes from the scent, mostly. Because, like, when you swallow it, it's just kind of gone.
Yeah.
All right.
But there we
got
go.
our ratings in.
And now it's time for the closing act here.
All right.
Put your horns together for Moosehead Canadian Lager.
That's the sound
Of
of an empty beer.
Thanks for tuning in.